What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing, and today I'm going to be predicting the outcome of Gervonta Davis versus Rolando Romero, and this is going to be a 12-rounder for the WBA Lightweight World Championship, and this fight is going to be Saturday, May 28th from Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, and this fight is going to be broadcasted on Showtime pay-per-view, and to get both fighters' resumes, Gervonta Davis, fighting out of the United States, holds a record of 26 wins with no defeats and 24 wins coming by way of knockout. He's currently ranked number 1 by BoxRec in the lightweight division, and he's also the former IBF super-featherweight world champion, the former 2-time WBA super-featherweight world champion, the former WBA super lightweight world champion, and the current WBA lightweight world champion. And to list some of his best victories, he has a knockout win over Jose Pedraza, a knockout win over Yuriorkis Gamboa, a knockout win over Leo Santa Cruz, a knockout win over Mario Barrios, and he also has a unanimous decision victory over Isaac Cruz. And to get his opponent's resume, Rolando Romero, known as Rolly, fighting out of the United States as well, holds a record of 14 wins with no defeats and 12 wins coming by way of knockout. He's currently ranked number 19 by BoxRec in the lightweight division. He is the former interim WBA lightweight world champion, and that's really what got him his number 1 mandatory spot to fight Gervonta Davis for this WBA title. And to list some of his best victories, he has a unanimous decision win over Jackson Marinez, which was very controversial, as many people, myself included, thought Marinez won that fight clear. He also has a knockout win over Avery Sparrow, and he has a knockout win over Anthony Yiggett. So, and in my opinion, this fight, I just think this is an easy fight to predict. I think Davis is levels ahead of Romero. I don't think Romero is that really skillful, honestly. I mean, Davis even said this at the press conference, that Romero is not a awkward fighter, he's a dumb fighter, and that is just the truth. He fights with his arms flailing, leaves his chin wide open, and I know leaving his chin wide open was okay when he was fighting guys who don't really pose much of a threat with their power. Remember, Yiggett, Sparrow, and Marinez did not have the best knockout ratios, and they were really the B-side. Here, Tank Davis, excellent power, he has excellent defense. I know in Davis's last fight, it was a very controversial win over Isaac Cruz, but Cruz is a much different, more compact style with better defense, and overall stronger, I guess you could say, because Romero, a lot of his punches leave his chin wide open, very unorthodox when he throws. It's just, I think Davis is going to make easy work of Romero, and in my opinion, it just really figures in if Romero could take Davis's punches better than, let's just say, 24 other guys have. So, I mean, Davis probably the hardest hitting lightweight right now. I mean, he was able to knock out Mario Barrios, and Barrios went a full 12 rounds with a welterweight former champion in Keith Thurman, who is known for having power. So that really does show Davis has some pop in his punches, and he has a very high knockout ratio. And really, one of my favorite fighters to watch today. I mean, his style, very unique. He could box, he has excellent defense, very good guard to slip punches. I mean, he's just overall a very good fighter. And that last fight, he did show a lot of vulnerability against someone that really is compact and could really take his punches. But, I mean, if you're the other average fighter except Isaac Cruz, I don't see you taking the punches from Davis. And I think Romero's another fighter who will be another knockout loss, or he'll have another knockout loss to Davis on his resume. So, yeah, comment down below your thoughts on this fight. Who you think is going to win? I've seen some people picking Romero, but I really think it's a dumb prediction. I'm going to be 100% honest. Because Romero isn't better than Tank in any area. Like, at least Cruz, maybe you could say his pressure fighting was better. You could say that, I mean, he had a lot of attributes that really could maybe showed some faults in Davis's game. But Romero has none of that. He's, as I mentioned before, leaves his chin wide open, and Davis is a heavy power puncher. He throws very wide arm punches that I would imagine Davis could get away from easily with his defense and head movement. And, I mean, he really, I just can't really see him posing a threat at all. I know he's got 12 knockouts and 14 wins, but I can't even see him catching Davis cold. I mean, it's boxing, something could happen, but I just think it's very, very slim that it will. So, at first I was thinking Davis might get an early knockout, but now I'm sort of thinking I think Romero might be able to last a bit till the second half of the fight, up until he really just gets destroyed and stopped. And I don't see Romero winning any round at all. Because with Cruz, Cruz won a lot of rounds against Davis because his style led to him actually getting some shots in there to the body, to the head. And since he was able to take Davis's shots and still come forward, it was working out for him. But Romero, I mean, with his defense, it's just very, very bad. So I just can't see him winning a lot of rounds. I can't see him landing a lot of shots on Davis based on how he throws his punches. And I just don't think it's going to be a good night for him. I think Davis is really going to dominate. And just to break down this fight, I think early on we will see really Romero try and go for the knockout because he's been talking a lot of trash. He's been saying, "Oh, I'm going to knock out Davis early. I'm going to do this, do that." But I mean, he's most likely going to be the one on the canvas, out cold. But yeah, I think Romero is going to really try and go forward a lot in the earlier rounds. But then he'll realize Davis is literally levels ahead of him, and would really just try and counterpunch. I really think in the earlier rounds, Davis is going to try and counterpunch and really catch Romero with one shot. Like the first 4 rounds, he's going to really try and do that. But he's really just going to be landing the bigger and better punches and win those rounds comfortably, be up 4-0, 40-36. Then in round 5, we might see the same. And then from round 6 on, I can see Davis landing multiple big power punches, maybe knocking Romero out cold, dropping a few times, stopping him standing, whatever. I think from round 6, rounds 10, the midpoint of the fight to near the end, I see Gervonta Davis really stopping or knocking out Rolando Romero and getting a very solid win. This fight was supposed to happen in December. Some allegations were brought against Romero. That's why it obviously didn't, and that's why Davis did fight Cruz. But now this fight is finally happening. It's been hyped up a lot, and it's on pay-per-view as well, as I mentioned earlier. But, I mean, I just think it's going to be a one-sided, very easy fight to predict. And I think it's just going to be a very one-sided fight for Davis, obviously. And I assume so that you guys watching this prediction think the same way, because, I mean, I've only seen a couple people picking Romero, and I don't think it's the smartest prediction ever. But, I mean, yet again, this is boxing. Romero has a high knockout ratio. He could hit Davis with one shot theoretically, but obviously it's very, very slim. So overall, I believe that Gervonta Davis will dominate and stop Rolando Romero, and I think that he will possibly get a brutal knockout win, a stoppage win, whatever. It will go down as a knockout win for Gervonta Davis from round 6 to round 10. And Gervonta Davis, I think, will successfully defend his WBA lightweight world title. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.